What's up, YouTube? Here we are again for the second part of the three-episode series going through the different groups of this World Cup starting on Thursday, June 12th. So without losing any time, let's get straight into it. It's similar to the last episode that we have. We'll be going through the different groups. So we will be starting with Group E in this one. Um, in Group E, we got Germany, Curacao, who is at their first ever World Cup. Germany went out in the group stage itself in 2018 and 2022. So they haven't been doing great. And Ivory Coast and Ecuador to complete this group. First off, let's look at Germany. Didn't make it past the group stage in the last two editions, so redemption is the only word for them. They got a very talented team on paper, and Julian Nagelsmann has something to prove as well as a coach. They won their qualifying group comfortably. They look sharp. We got Manuel Neuer, who is coming back for his last World Cup. Olivier Baumann, a decent goalie. Antonio Rudiger, Nico Schlotterbeck at the back, excuse me, and Jonathan Tah, not bad. Malik Thiaw had a decent season with Newcastle as well. Midfield Pascal Grosch, Joshua Kimmich, Nmecha, Pavlovic, Stiller, Goretzka, Florian Wirtz, and forwards we got Kai Havertz, Musiala, Sané, Voltemade. Decent team on paper, talented team, young team. Again, as we mentioned, redemption, so they would want to make it at least past the group stage this time. And then we got Curacao, a tiny island nation, first ever World Cup, already a great achievement for them. I don't know any of their players except Tai Chong, who plays for Sheffield United at the moment, but I think he came through the Manchester United academy as well. He had a couple of seasons there with about 5 to 10 apparitions. I think, if I'm not mistaken. And then we got most of his squad players plays in the Dutch football pyramid, so a strong Netherlands connection. And just like Haiti, I think Curacao should be enjoying themselves and promoting their tiny nation at this World Cup. They got Dick Advocat as coach, he is a well-known coach, but yeah, I don't see them winning any game, unfortunately. And then we have Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, the only team who can push Germany in this group. Amad Diallo, who plays for Man United, and Simon Adingra at Monaco. Those are some well-known talents. We got Ousmane Diomande, one of the best young defenders in Europe right now, playing for Sporting CP. Franck Kessié, Champions League experience in midfield. They are underrated, and we also has Jan Diomande, who plays for Leipzig, if I'm not mistaken, and is wanted by many top teams at this moment, like Liverpool, Bayern Munich, PSG. Everyone wants him. And then in midfield, we also have Ibrahim Sangaré, Franck Kessié, Jean-Michel Seri. So yeah, decent team on paper, very good team actually. They might be underrated in this competition, and I do see them pushing Germany. Like they should be beating Ecuador and Curacao. Curacao easily, and Ecuador will be a tough fight, but Cote d'Ivoire should be winning this. And Ecuador on the other side, I don't know many of their players. I know a few. Some key players are Caicedo, Piero Incapi for Chelsea and Arsenal, respectively. William Pacho, who just won the Champions League with Paris Saint-Germain. Those are elite players who play in Europe. They finished above Brazil in CONMEBOL. So maybe I am the one underestimating them by putting them third in this group. It's it's probably because at the end of the day, oh, they also have Anthony Valencia and Enea Valencia in front. Really good team on paper. I'm surprised actually, and Pervis Estupinian too. Oh, that's a really good team. Maybe I underestimated them, but I am also African at the end of the day, so I'd want Ivory Coast to do better. It, I guess it's not going to be as easy for Ivory Coast and Ecuador. And if we are thinking about a group of death, which I haven't seen a group of death like the previous editions, this could be considered one because Germany has something to prove. On paper, they got the better team, but they haven't made it past the group stage in the last two editions. So, and some players didn't have a good season. Like Wirtz had a really tough season at Liverpool. He's been in and out with injuries, form has been questionable. Um, while on the other side, Amad Diallo had a decent season. We mentioned the two Diomande brothers, Franck Kessié, Adingra, and Ecuador. Really good team on paper. So that's going to be tough. I'm still going to stick with my choices. So Germany to win this group, Ivory Coast second, and Ecuador third will be tough between them two, or even them three. So this could be a really chaotic group, a really surprising group, even if it's Germany's redemption arc. Maybe they might do a third edition with not making through, There's that dicton jamais deux sans trois, never two without three. So, maybe. But yeah, for now, I'm still sticking. I could be wrong. It's just predictions. I've got nothing to lose here. Germany first, Côte d'Ivoire two, Ecuador third, and Curacao are just gonna be figurants in this group. In my opinion, no disrespect to them. It's a great opportunity to show themselves as a nation. Probably not many people know where Curacao is as a country, so this is a good opportunity for them. Let's just go into Group F now. Group F, we got clear. It's like a balanced group. Well, not really. The previous group was more balanced. Netherlands are the better team in this group, in my opinion. Always been dangerous at World Cups, never actually won it, but they do have a peak Netherlands energy, really good players on paper. Van Dijk, the captain for both his country and his club, Liverpool, one of the best defenders on the planet. Ryan Gravenberch and Tijani Reinders, who plays for Liverpool and Man City respectively. Those two would be controlling the midfield. Cody Gakpo on the left wing, or number number 9 as well. I think he'll be playing as on the left wing, and Depay will be playing as number 9, or Kluivert. Dumfries, a good right back, decent goalies. Flecken, really good goalie who previously played in the Prem. Robin Ruffs had a really good, amazing season at Sunderland this year. Nathan Ake, Hato, Timber, Van Heke, Mickey van de Van Dijk, Frankie de Jong, Gravenberch, Tijani Reinders. Broby had a really good season with Sunderland as well. Memphis, Depay, Kluivert, Daniel Malen, Somerville. So yeah, the better team, as we will see. Good collective with them. And then we have Japan, who beat both Germany and Spain in their 2022 group stage. And they fully deserved it. They got the exciting talent in Takefusha Kubo, who plays at Real Sociedad, and Daichi Kamada for Crystal Palace. Really good quality. And to think that someone like Mitoma Kaoru Mitoma, who plays for Brighton, missed out on this team. That tells you the talent that they have. So key players, the Wataru Endo, who is still nursing his injury that he had at Liverpool. He's hoping to make it, but good experience to be around the squad. Kamada and Kubu, who just went through. So yeah, a really good team on paper. They have the grit similar to the Scottish team. They will be running for their lives. They'll be giving everything for their nation. That's how the Japanese or the Japanese warriors basically. So don't sleep on them. And then we got Sweden. Sweden, who won 0 games in the qualifying group. They finished dead last in their group stage with only two in their group with only 2 points. They only survived through the Nations League back door, and then Gyökeres scored a hat trick in the playoffs. Two really good strikers up front: Gyökeres at Arsenal, who just won the league, and Alexander Isak, who was out for the majority of the season with his different injuries, and the most horrible one, the broken leg recently, but he just came back. I've seen a few highlights in the friendlies recently for him. Seems like he's getting back to speed and he's finding himself again. So even if he just came back from injury, he is a top threat up front, you know? He is Alexander Isak, you know? He is that guy and he can pop up with a goal at any time. On paper, we have a decent midfield and really good forwards. It's their defense that can hold them back. They do have Victor Lindelof in defense, who is the only name that I know there. But in midfield, they got Lucas Bergvall, who played for Spurs. Pretty decent. Yasin Ayari is not too bad either. And their forwards, Anthony Elanga, Victor Gyökeres, and Alexander Isak would be their starting top line, in my opinion. But I don't know how you fit Gyökeres and Isak as they're both number nines, out and out. Maybe they're gonna play a 4-4-2. I'm not too sure, but good attacking threat. And Graham Potter is a decent coach. And then Tunisia, unbeaten in the CAF qualifying, didn't concede a single goal throughout. Two key players, Ilyes Shkiri, who plays at Frankfurt, and Hannibal Mejbri at Burnley. They're going to be leading the midfield. They never went past the group stage in a World Cup history, so at some day this has to change. They might be a dark horse in this group, trying to sneak through between the Sweden. Trying to get the third place, best loser between them and Sweden, in my opinion. Ismail Gobi is another good name. Ryan Elumi, who plays for the Vancouver Whitecaps. I've been watching a few Whitecaps game. He's actually decent. But that's in MLS. We don't know how he'll do on the world stage. Yeah, pretty straightforward group in my opinion. Netherlands should be winning this group easily. Japan should be finishing second, and then third Sweden. It might be a tough fight between Sweden and Japan, because even if Sweden lost all their games, now it's not the qualifiers anymore, it's the real deal. And if Isaac and Gyökeres has really good games, they might actually do something. But for now, my picks are Netherlands first, Japan 2, Sweden 3, Tunisia 4th. On to Group G now. Group G, Belgium's golden generation is fading. And then we got Mo Salah for Egypt. Egypt with a fit Salah can do the hold up against any team, in my opinion. Let's look at Belgium quickly. Belgium got De Bruyne, Torgan Hazard, who's still playing, if I'm not mistaken, or oh, my bad, Hazard's are not playing, but De Bruyne, Hazard, Lukaku era is fading. But De Bruyne is still in Napoli in the squad. We got Thibaut Courtois in goal, one of the best goalies in the world. Lamons had a really good season with Man United. Timothy Castagne is good. Thomas Meunier decent but old now. Amadou Onana, decent. Yuri Tielemans, Kevin De Bruyne, old. Witzel, Jeremy Doku, Lukaku, and Trossard. Decent team, but some old players, and Rudy Garcia as their coach. On paper, they are the better team in this group, but it's a wide open group now that I'm looking back at it again. We got Egypt, key player Mo Salah, most certainly his last World Cup ever. His country love him. He got supporters around the world. He is a big name. And then we have Omar Marmoush, a really good number two. He should be playing alongside Mo. They won their CAF qualifying comfortably. They had a really good AFCON as well, losing to Senegal only, if I'm not mistaken. If Salah and Marmoush shows up, they could beat anyone in this group. Mahmoud Trezeguet is a good player in midfield as well. Mohamed El Shenawi is a decent goalie. They, this is another team who has grit, who is like the Scotland or um, the Japanese team. They got grit. They're gonna be playing for each other and making their country proud. They're a good defensive team. They're more similar to Arsenal, I can say, in terms of gameplay. They'll try to stay at the back and nick a goal somewhere, a long ball to Marmoush or Mo Salah, running in behind and scoring. That would be the gameplay. But yeah, I think they're gonna make it through to the next stage. We got Iran, who is going to their fourth consecutive World Cup. They're always, as far as I know, I've been watching World Cup. My first World Cup was in 2006, and as far as I know, Iran has been making the group stage consecutive, like often, you know. Unfortunately, I don't know any of their players, but they've always been in and around. Um, I guess Jahan Baksh is a player that plays in Europe. Yeah, I don't have much to say about them. They should be in there. They might be third. On the other side, we got New Zealand. Their first World Cup since 2010. Only player that I know is Chris Wood, who plays for Nottingham Forest, proven Premier League goal scorer. And honestly, I don't know any of their other players, but yeah, probably a good team on paper. It's just me who is an ignorant, I guess. I'm just gonna conclude this group. I think Belgium should be winning this. Egypt should be number two on paper. Iran will be one of the best losers and making it through in those 8 places. And New Zealand, they are just gonna enjoy themselves like the Haiti, Curacao, in my opinion. Hey, I could be wrong though, but that's what I see. And then Group H, we got Spain, Cape Verde, really good team who has been progressing year after year. I've been following them not closely, but I've been watching the progression in the different AFCONs and so on because they are a tiny island as well. I usually compare them to my home country, my tiny island, which I think should be doing what Cape Verde is doing. Unfortunately, we can't. Or we don't have the same facilities, or I don't know. Anyways, that's not the point right now. It's Cape Verde's first ever World Cup. Incredible achievement for a small island nation. I don't know many of their players, but I do know they show up like um, back in the days, when they started their progression about 5 to 10 years ago. I was like, my country, Mauritius, should be beating Cape Verde, because we got a decent team as well. But we've never progressed. We haven't had the same progression as Cape Verde did. And whenever we face up in the different African matches, Cape Verde always mostly win against us, or, we can't do much. But they have been they have surprised me honestly, and I think they're gonna make it past this group stage as well in one of those eight best losers spot. You know, they might make it to the round of 32, and I genuinely hope they do. And then we have Spain, who are the clear favorites in this group. Well, not clear, joint favorite with Uruguay. We'll get to Uruguay in a minute. Um, Spain won Euro 2024, playing one of the best football in the world right now, as they always do. The Spanish, um, really talented team. Lamine Yamal, who's only 18, one of the best players on the planet already at the moment. His skills, his techniques, his dribbles, he's electric on that right wing. And in midfield, we got Rodri, who seems to be back. Not to his best, but he is back and playing good now. Pedri, Gavi, Zubimendi, one of the deepest midfield in this tournament. Will be getting out of this group easy. Only first real test might be Uruguay, but they should be winning that game easily as well, in my opinion. And the test will be in the knockout rounds for them. Really good goalies, Unai Simon, David Raya. I think the Spanish coach, Luis de la Fuente, prefers Unai Simon, but both great coach, Marc Cucurella, Pau Kubasi, Emeric Laporte, Grimaldo, Pedro Porro, Eric Garcia. Wow. Wow, so many talents. And then Fabian Ruiz, who just won the Champions League with Paris Saint-Germain. We already went through the Gavi, Rodri, Pedri, Martin Zubimendi, Merino, good backup. Lamine Yamal, Nico Williams, Dani Olmo, Oyarzabal, really good forwards as well, alongside Ferran Torres. So yeah, should be an easy way out for them. And then we got Saudi. Honestly, I don't know any of the Saudi players. They did beat Argentina in 2022, one of the biggest upset in recent World Cup history, you know. So they can be considered as one of the upset kings. So maybe they might shock the world with a draw against Spain or Uruguay, but I don't see them doing much, honestly. And lastly, Uruguay, the two main strikers, which we are used to, Suarez and Edinson Cavani, are gone now. We have a new era led by Darwin Núñez, the chaos master. I love Darwin Núñez and Federico Valverde from Real Madrid, one of the best box-to-box midfielders. Marcelo Bielsa is a great coach. He's demanding, he enjoys intense football, always has a good reaction in him. He's emotionally invested. We had a really deep run in the CONMEBOL. They did won the World Cup back in the days. So yeah, do not write them off. They'll give it a good go. This is another team with grit who is gonna be running and playing for their team, for each other, you know. They'll be running, they're workhorses, you know. Darwin Núñez keeps on running, Valverde, he keeps on running. They're never tired, you know. Muslera has been a decent goalie, Ajojo, decent centre back, Jimenez, Santiago Bueno, Manuel Ugarte, Bentancur, um, yeah, Nicolas de la Cruz, and up front Darwin Núñez. So good team. They should finish top two. My picks are Spain to win this group, Uruguay number two, and Cape Verde will be making it to the round of 32. In my opinion, they'll be in one of those eight spots as best thirds, and so Saudi Arabia, honestly, unless they do a hold up or an upset, I don't see them winning any games. They could upset one of those two teams, but it's it's tough. It's gonna be tough. So yeah, there we have it. This is the second part. We got Group E, F, G, H complete. And if you enjoyed that, don't forget to drop a like, a comment, or and subscribe. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think. What are your thoughts about these four groups? Do you agree with me? Do you not agree? Do you have different picks? Let me know, and I'll see you in the next one.